Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is set to utilize the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren in a specific way that we have never seen before in the Star Wars sequel trilogy by J.J. Abrams. That's gonna lead us to actually look back at The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi in a completely different way than ever before. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, what I'm really impressed and fascinated about Episode 9 so far is, of course, the big mystery, right, of exactly what Kylo Ren's endgame is and Rey's path in this movie, and exactly where these characters are going to end up going by the very end of the film. We do know that J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio worked very hard on this movie by using a lot of Legends material as well as inspirational material from other movies, even the original concepts of course, the original trilogy. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for this film. Now, specifically, shot descriptions consisting of both Rey and Kylo Ren, with both of their lightsaber blades ignited, where it's described that Rey appears to be very angry and so does Kylo Ren, where it's described that he eventually throws his lightsaber at her like a boomerang, where Kylo is said to control the saber's path in mid-air, trying to hit Rey, where Rey is said to be performing front flips and back flips in order to dodge the flying saber by Kylo, where it's said that one of the sequences are described to be in slow motion, where the saber blade grazes Rey's thigh, revealing a bit of blood, where she eventually lands as the saber falls back into Kylo's hand. The next describes Rey using the Force to destroy concrete columns, and attempts to throw it at Kylo Ren, where Kylo is able to block the debris in mid-air as he tosses it into the sky, where he begins to charge toward Rey's position, where both of their lightsabers begin to clash as the environment around them begins to shift to a forest world that is said to be the forest moon of Endor, where Rey and Kylo Ren begin to fight on the iconic moon from Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, where trees begin to fall down in a similar fashion to how it was done on Starkiller Base. One of the sequences described to include Rey running toward a tree and bouncing off of it to kick Kylo Ren in the chest, knocking him down, where she attempts to take down Kylo Ren with her saber, where both sabers clash as they begin to go back to the First Order headquarters. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this that really fascinate me, because this movie not only has a lot of these nostalgic moments to the originals and the prequels, but this is also JJ's way of evolving the idea of lightsaber duels into flash fights. Now, in case you guys are just tuning in, these flash fights are a mixture of force bonds, flashbacks, and regular lightsaber duels in this movie that's going to give us a different version of a lightsaber duel that fans have never seen before, that's going to allow us, the audience, to see some of our favorite worlds that Kylo Ren and Rey are going to fight in. Now, that, I think, is going to be a very, big feature in the movie, a big highlight, if you will, that a lot of people are going to replay constantly once it actually hits, DVD and Blu-ray. I think that when we think about this, when we look at Episode 9, this movie really does have a lot going for it, and this is a great example of JJ's attempt to changing elements of the Force and, of course, other aspects of different traditions in the Star Wars Skywalker saga. And that, to me, could either be a good or a bad thing. It's all a matter of how this is going to be written. So, let's talk Endor, alright? Now, Endor is actually said to be a part of this particular flash fight. Like I say, they go through multiple different worlds during these flash fights, in each and every world, it seems like it's going to last anywhere from 25 to 40 seconds each, maybe even more, during their duels. So, this particular scene involves Rey actually on the forest moon of Endor with Kylo, where one of the moves that she actually performs is that she actually runs toward a tree trunk and is able to bounce off of it in mid-air and kicks Kylo Ren in the chest, knocking him down. And that's where she attempts to really, perform a fatal strike to Kylo Ren, where he's able to take his lightsaber out just in time to clash against hers, and that's where everything goes back to normal. But prior to all of this, right, prior to the environment changing to Endor, the one piece that really stands out to me a lot is how Kylo Ren uses this ability in order to throw his crossguard lightsaber like a boomerang, where he's able to control it in mid-air, as if it's like this living thing that's just trying to hit Rey constantly and coming back and forth constantly, where he's able to actually control the saber in mid-air, as if it's like, some kind of remote control thing in the air. Now, the thing about this is that we've seen great examples of this, attack being used in Legends and in even some of the comic books out there, and I believe it was even done in Star Wars The Old Republic video game cutscenes, if I'm not mistaken. So that to me really impresses me, how they're really trying to make Kylo Ren feel a whole lot more evil, and how he has progressed as a dark side user with these new moves and these new different attacks that we have never seen before on film, that we are finally going to be able to see in this movie. That's really going to catch us off guard, right? It's really going to make us go, wow, that was pretty cool. So I think that Episode 9 really is going to be the new Revenge of the Sith of our time. What I mean by that is, it probably will be the best of the current trilogy, without a doubt. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.